Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chun. How are you all doing this time? Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. We have a special guest this evening, uh, Charnita Norton from Charnita's World. And she'll be talking about her show. It's back. And we're going to be getting into it. She is working on coming back up, so she'll be up in a minute. If you have any questions, are you watching the show? Have you watched the show? Were you thinking about the show and everything since it's come back? Hello, everybody. Hello, Eloquent, American Born, Brown Sugar 65, Angel, American Born, Yana. Hey, Yana, Mother of Six. Hello. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. And we're going to get started here in a second. So, Charnita is on the Nubian Network. It's the network created and co created with Melody Cherie Rogers, and she's had one season. So now I think she's working on the second season, and this is the second episode. We're going to talk about the director's cut of Show Me the Money. So I'm going to bring up Charnita. Hello,
Hey
Charnita.
y'all. Hey Millie, how you
Welcome
doing?
to Millie TV. I'm good. Welcome to Millie TV. It's so good
Yes,
to see you and finally meet you. I know we've been talking back and forth for a minute, for like a year, and
yes.
we just got a chance to get it together. And I'm so glad that we were able to do this.
We are busy women, and hey, that's what we got to do. We got to grind it. So I I
Yeah.
I support militancy. I'm always watching when I can.
Oh,
Yeah. So I'm as humble as I know. I be seeing you, girl, and I'm honored to be here.
thank you.
Hmm.
Oh, thank you, Charnita. I am so honored that you're here and we can have this conversation today. First of all,
Yeah.
congratulations with everything that you're doing. This is your second season, correct?
Yes, and they picked me back up. It's an honor. Thank you, Mel. Thank you,
Yeah.
Nubian. Thank you, Don. Thank you, everybody. Like because
Yeah.
that's
Thank
not
you, everybody.
they got
Yes,
people
thank
gotta
you
like
because
you.
everybody's the reason we're here today. Yeah, yeah. Because everybody's
Mhm.
the reason we're here today. And people do
Yes.
like you. I remember going listening to your lives and everything, and you are just as down to earth, just your best friend as ever. Like I love when people are who they are. I am definitely one of those people. You get what you see, and you really seem to have a really kind heart. And so I'm happy to be here and do this and have this conversation with you tonight.
Thank you so much. Thank you
So,
so
honey, you're welcome. You're so welcome. So, y'all, so Trinity's on the second season, and what we're going to talk about, review, and get into tonight is Show Me the Money, the director's cut. So, the director's cut is a little bit extra. So, if you've been watching, it's a little extra. Honey, I have notes, so we're going to get into it. So, Charnita and Jason went to their counseling session. Clearly, y'all are doing some working on you all. You're working on yourself and doing all that. So, that is great. So, now comes the money part. You're working on the money part. And there's just some things that stuck out to me, Charnita, and I'm just going to be honest. You're going to have to get better. You're going to have to get better and meet Jason and go when you have time. And the first thing was control. That was a big thing for you. That was the first thing that stood out to me. The control was real big because you felt like when it had come to the money, Jason was trying to control you by telling you you need to do this. No, that wasn't that part. When he said that he was happy to see $1 million, and you were like, "I want to see $1 million," and I was like, "What does she mean she wants to see $1 million?" But as he was talking, he said that it's over several accounts, right?
mm-hmm.
And then at the end, Shanita, you didn't make the time to go to the bank to do the signature card. And I understood later on what you meant because you were like, Yeah, I'm gonna yes. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
If I make time for what I want to make time for, if you're controlling my time, if somebody was to call you up,
Okay.
Milichana, if you have something at that time and they say, meet me at the bank at 3 o'clock, and you got a whole meeting there, that's controlling because you knew I couldn't make it. So while
So
we can
Jason knew
have
that you had.
a conversation together,
Okay.
tomorrow is when I'm planning on going to the bank. When can we meet? When
Okay.
yeah, that don't match for me. And I understand that Nubian and Tilt the Crown Production, y'all gonna edit what y'all want to edit, but I clearly said, you seen me that morning. Is you see me that
Okay.
night, you speak with me. Hey, I'm going to the bank. I didn't get that.
Well, see, that's what we don't see. That's what we don't see. So
You
then,
don't see
when
everything.
he asked, when the counselor asked, "Have you gone to the bank?" You were like, "No, I haven't gone to the bank yet." I was like, "Charnita, why have you not
Well,
gone to the bank?" But have you gone?
it's a together thing. He's used to going to the bank by himself. Those little hookers in that
Hmm.
bank, like, they do too much. Like, I never go to the bank. He's the bank man. He's the CPA. He's the accountant. So if I'm going to the
Okay.
bank, I'm gonna plan to go to the bank with Jason. Of course, he's gonna swing by
Okay.
the bank. That's what he does. He does the drop off. This is what he does. And let me tell you something. When you up status, them women looking. And I remember the last time. I mean, I'm just going in there, and I was just like, I'm gonna go to the bank with you, baby. I went in there, and they knew my name. They knew I had a real. They knew everything about me. This your wife? I said, yes,
Ooh.
I'm the wife. And, he just love you. But I'm just kind of like, why all these women in this bank, like, oh, hookers, hookers,
So do you
hook.
feel like Jason should have said? Do you feel like Jason should have said, "Okay, you got a meeting today at 3. We need to go to the bank. I got time today, but since you can't go, let's go tomorrow at 3. Do you have anything?" That's what you meant.
Yes, I'm an entrepreneur just like Jason is an entrepreneur. So you have to set your
Okay.
time. You be more intentional. And I said that on it. Be more intentional. I'm not just finna show up. Hey y'all, I'm here. I'm Charnita. I'm here to sign the documents. As I said, write it on a poster board. Make it plain. Let's come in here together. Let's sit down. Let's get an understanding.
Hmm.
Because Millichan, if Jason was to leave this world today, I need to know all these bank accounts. Like, I need a clear understanding. Me going in there just walking in signing
Yes.
these papers tells me nothing.
Yes.
You're gonna have to do a pickup show with
Because
just Jason because he might be having his feelings because I have my point and he have his point.
yeah, and then I'm gonna have to do one with both of y'all together because it's always gonna be different. But here's the thing: when you said that, like I was listening, I had to take it back 20 seconds because I said, "Wait a minute, hold up. What's she talking about? If something happens to him today, she doesn't know." I was like, "Shanita, you got to get in there and sign that paperwork." But the fact that he could put your name on it and all you had to do was go and sign it, you just had to make. Could you just go? You just didn't want to go to the bank and just sign it, even if he put your name on it, or you just wanted y'all to do all that together because you're entrepreneurs. Because he may have time to say, Charnita, I put your name on it. You just need to run by and sign it. Could you do that? Did you have a problem with that?
A big problem. A
Really?
big problem. Yes, we are jointly married and we are jointly on this account. And it's bank accounts that I
Yeah.
didn't know about. I have questions.
Yeah.
So sit your ass down and we can sit here and discuss these accounts because just signing this paper, that's why I was clueless. So you got to understand what a CPA
Yeah.
and accounts, they go into their own world. And it's not that they're being selfish. It's not, it's a protection. Jason loves me. and his thought is, if I was a lead, I want to take care of my family. So he went in there, not selfish. It's a protection. He's a Cancer. That's his sign. Is he is not? He's an amazing husband, but he got to understand in his amazing being
Okay.
his amazing husband, you still hear things that you're thinking. I'm a spender. If she knows about this bank account, she knows he's gonna do. He's gonna spend his money instead of getting a clear understanding. Can't you can't
Okay.
you can't act that way. So
Because
yes, we got to sit down and sign these papers together.
you made me so nervous when you said that. You was like, if something happens to him and I don't know, and I was like, oh my God, they have got to go in there together. This is crazy. Because
Mhm.
when you use the word $1 million, I mean 500,000, I need to know too. But when we get to the millions, yeah, we need four eyes on it. Six
Yeah.
with the banker. Okay. So let's move on. So change is going to happen. Communication is key. It seems like sometimes y'all communication is not top tier because it's like you're hearing one thing, he's doing one thing, he's telling you something. And I noticed that he said, hold on, I wrote it down. Jason didn't not feel confident enough to let you know everything all the way. Because he made the comment, he said, now I feel like I can let her know everything. And I'm like, what you mean now? How you just now gonna let her know everything?
When you truly, the communication is amazing in our marriage. We went
Okay.
together from the age of 17. Nothing else in our
Ooh,
marriage where I can say that we disconnect. We just have different viewpoints of finances,
yeah.
and that's normal. But at the same time, you have to understand I did not submit to my husband when I walked down the aisle. I was 22 years old. I really didn't know what
Ooh,
that
Jesus.
meant. And at 22, 23, 24, he sit me down looking at this Excel, and I didn't understand it. And it felt like a drill sergeant to me. And I wanted to live my life.
Okay.
I'm still in this growth spurt. Like I remember being in college and he's telling me, he's sitting me down looking at Excel, and he wanted me to think 5 years and 10 years of beyond. That's not me. He thinks far. I think here. I'm right here.
Right now.
And that's what
Yeah.
allowed us to be millionaires. You cannot, baby, 10 years down the line, I'm right here, baby. What about two? What about this day? What about, and because you got to realize I'm
What about
very
this
serious.
week?
Mhm.
Very
So
well.
I've been that showing that drill sergeant telling me to sit down, we need to get better. I was a girlfriend to him. And I started seeing that. And
Yeah.
I'm living my life. I'm not submitting to you when I'm a girlfriend. So when I became married, yes, I still did not, and women, I mean, stop playing. I still did not just fully just give myself to him, you know, concerning many areas in our marriage. And when I did, I seen, and I apologize to my husband to this day, because he's everything. He's a great
Mhm.
husband. He's everything, but everything I believe come from how you was raised, what you seen, and different things like that. When I
Yeah.
submitted to my husband, and I
Yeah.
think he was offended because all that time I tried to show you, and now you want to see. It's I understand his offense.
Because I put that down there.
Yeah.
I put that down here because I heard you talking about the past and things that happened in your past, like girl, when you said about you were at TJ Maxx in the car, and then like you was he said he was hustling because of things that he saw with his dad, and there's some things that you saw in your past. So you all have brought those things to your marriage, and then the way y'all view money, like the way y'all view money, like you see enjoyment, he sees it as security. You see it as what was it? Um, what was the second one? What was your second one? I know your fourth was Your fourth
Military,
was
stop sweetening this
control.
up. But basically, I'm a spender. I'm here to enjoy. I'm not taking this to my casket.
That's it, enjoyment. And
Baby,
he's
you
the
ain't
one
gotta
over there
sweeten
trying to
me.
hold on to our opportunity.
But I'm the
He's
one,
over there
and
trying to
that's
hold
not
on to
my
our opportunity.
job. His job is to
Yeah, yeah.
security. You know, sometimes we lose
But it's
focus
also
on
your
our
job too,
job.
Charnita. Charnita, it's also your job too. Security also is your job also.
It's not.
I know that you are a
It's not.
yes.
It's only my job if I was an alpha female and I was a single woman. Okay.
So you are saying that you being a submissive wife and you are
It's my
looking at your
job
man to be the head of the house.
it's my job to make sure he's enjoyed, give him sex, make sure these children, make sure food, make sure we taking vacations, make sure he's able to still take part of my money, make sure they pay these bills. My job is not security. That's the man job.
But what if something happens to you, Charnita?
Something happened to him. That's why we have what we have. That's why I want to go into this bank account to make sure our trusting account, our life insurance, our everything is signed in my name in the correct order. Because let me tell you something, if I can run a business, why you think I can't, run things if he was gone? I have already lost, could have lost Jason
Okay.
3 times and I was ready. So I was,
Okay.
if you
Okay.
can be,
I
yeah,
just
if
want to
you
make
can,
sure that
I'm I'm
yeah,
I'm I'm a go.
because
I'm gonna make sure we're good.
you're very much living a soft life, and I want you to continue to live a soft life.
I've been living so hard. And when you don't submit to your husband the right way, I almost felt like I was being punished. It's now my soft girl era, and he's protecting me. My security is all in my husband. Even my son makes sure I'm secure because I remember a
They're
time
saying that.
if somebody was to come
Hold
through
on,
the
they're saying
door.
hold on 1 second, Charnita. Is this
Okay.
okay, y'all? Is this better? Is this better? Does it sound better? Put a one in the chat if y'all can hear us. Oh no. Okay, this is better. Okay. Okay, good. So they said we're better. So what I was saying is that you live you're living a soft life, right?
Yes.
And you but you are very well aware. She said it's on my end. Okay. But my end is good now. But it's on but you're very well aware of what it is that you need to do if you need to take control of the situation.
I am so aware. I am so blessed
Okay.
if I was
Okay.
gone or if he's gone. We are a blessed family.
Okay.
And I understand. I thank him for explaining me because by now, y'all, it's been beautiful the way he explained it. And it was very romantic. So I appreciate it.
All right. That's good. So,
Oh,
let me see what else.
the time passed, but I did want to say this.
Yeah.
You when you're used to living a hard life, and I was calling myself an alpha female while being married,
Mhm.
what was I thinking? That means I was not trusting Jason. I remember a time if
Yeah.
somebody was to try to come to this door, I used to tell him, I'm going to jump up like a bull just like you, because no, I'm not. It's okay
No, I'm
to be
not. No, you're
secure.
not.
No, he's the
That's why he sleeps
security.
near the door. Yeah.
Yes.
His bed, he sleeps by the door.
What was I thinking?
Yes.
So you asked me, it's not
I
my
don't know what you're
job.
talking about.
Baby, he's the
I don't know what you're
security.
talking about alpha female.
I don't know what was I
Yeah, like
thinking.
I have no idea. I could be an alpha female when I'm just in my own thing. But when
Hmm.
he's around, I'm very much damsel in distress. Very
Yeah,
much damsel in distress.
yes. Baby, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
Very much so.
Child. Ooh, child.
But I thought the episode was so good. I thought the counselor was really good. I thought she made a lot of good points. And then I loved about the budget. I love what y'all said about the budget because if Charnita enjoys, like the way Charnita lined up when they did the money situation, her first word was enjoyment. His was security. She's going to enjoy herself, right? But it was so good to hear, like she was saying, well, can you budget? Because you are building a house, you were going to decorate the house and things like that. And I love what you said because it was so true. And I felt so close to you at that moment. Yes, I can budget in business,
Yes.
but my personal life, I'm going to live.
Glad you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Because yes, I mean, hey man, don't get it
Glad you
confused.
know.
Like, I'm going to respect the budget in business, but
Yeah.
that's what I need to know what came home because I'm finna enjoy. I'm finna go on vacations because I'm finna do certain things. That's why I need to know what we brought in so I can make sure I enjoy it. And let me tell you something, Jason, if you're watching this, it's your fault. Okay. From high school, when you were selling chips, juice, honey buns, you used to give me money, used to spoil me, used to do all this. So don't get all on that therapy scene. And I was about to blast you because you chose to spoil me. Don't spoil me and then hide because that gets on my nerves too. I have already been
Yeah.
spoiled. I've been spoiled since the age of 17. I know nothing else but being spoiled by Jason.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
That's
so
good.
don't act like this
But I
something
not understand
new.
that. I
So
totally understand that now.
yeah, that was part of our relationship. That is one of his love languages. This is something, but at the same time, how we view money personally, everybody is different. But business, we on
Yeah.
one accord. That's why we so successful.
And he does keep it like him having the security mind about the money that helps, and it helps you to understand. And now, like you said, now that you're in a submissive spot, then you can listen to him and you can understand the direction he's trying to go. That's so
Yes.
good. I really thoroughly enjoyed the show. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really
Thank
did.
you.
I thought
Thank
it
you.
was. I watched it like maybe 3 times. I watched it one time just to watch it, and then I knew I was talking to you, so I had to watch it
Again.
the other day, and then I watched it today because I wanted to make sure that I got those points. Because at first, when I watched, I was like, Charnita, why you not listening? But then I was like, okay, Charnita is a spoiled brat. I get it. I get it. It is what it is. I love a
Like,
soft life. Nothing wrong with
yes.
that.
And this is nothing that's new. That don't,
Right.
that is one of my love languages. I love gifts. I love, and he knew this since the age of 17. We've been going together for a while. And
Yeah.
so him catering to me and doing this, it was nothing new to me when I got married. So
Yeah.
I actually did not like the word spoil because when I was in that, what they say alpha female stage, I never wanted anybody, I was like, I make money too. Like, I was very strong. I was
Yeah.
very like, I'm in this with you. I did not say I don't need you. I
Mm.
said I'm in this with you, and I felt it was almost like a equal. Like, and I had to really
Yeah.
just really pray and go to the Bible and understand what marriage and being a wife is. And you have to understand, I adapted. My daddy was worked at a company called US Pipe, and he worked 12 and 14 hours a day, and that I pulled that, and I
Yeah.
I'm a very hard worker. I'm not, he tell me, I remember I couldn't cook and he was like, "Oh my gosh, you're scaring me. You can't cook." And I learned how to cook and I'm a really good cooker. Like, I am not one of
Oh.
those. Yes, I cook really good. And a lot of people
So you
in
didn't know how
my
to cook before you got married?
no,
Oh,
no,
really?
no, no. I take on the
So
challenge
that was
they
one
give
of the
me.
things that you.
Don't play with me. I will learn anything. Like I will make. He
Yeah.
loves. Everybody loves my cooking. Like they will come to my house for cooking. Like that's what I do. Like if I want to cook. But I also have a house manager. I have those. I have an organizer. I have those because I'm an entrepreneur just like Jason. And what I love about him, he's not afraid of a challenge of being a woman being strong. So, like, that's what I
Okay.
love about him. It turns him
And I
on
think that's
who
so
I am.
important. That's so important. That's so important. When you are a
Yeah.
woman about your business and you have a vision going forward, you can't move positively, effectively, successfully without someone who is there to support you and can fill in those gaps for you. And that's
Yeah.
good because you wouldn't be as successful as you are without him. And that's so good. I love that for y'all. Y'all were
He
so
was
much fun to watch on television. It was
ah.
so much. Look, they want to know where can they watch. Can you tell them where to watch?
So I am on Nubian TV. I actually go back into filming next Thursday. So already I have already filmed a
Wait a minute,
lot
is it
last year.
.com? Let me see if I can
I
find
always
the link.
thought it
Hold
was
on.
Nubian.tv. What you think? I can let's make sure. It's not
Hold on. Let me
.com.
find it.
We got to put
No,
that
it's not
in there.
.com. Hold on.
Uh-uh.
I'm gonna put it in here for y'all to get it. Hold on. I'm gonna put it up on the screen. Just give me 1 second. Let me find it.
Yeah. And this
Oh, it is.
particular episode, it did have like 100,000 views. So they decided to do extended version because people, I think this is something that people want to see, not just, me and Jason have a great marriage, but at the same time they want to see those challenges that we had to overcome in our marriage.
Right, right.
Just
That's important.
mhm, yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Put
So,
it in
can you
there.
tell us some challenges while I'm putting this in here for everybody? Let us know about some challenges that you all have had that y'all have overcome, because marriage is a constant teaching, growing machine, and any little bit can help.
You got to realize when I live more a luxury. I want it all. I believe I can have it all. He is a reserved type of guy. I remember when um we was working at a storage facility. He was working at a storage facility. We was living in a storage facility. I was working. We didn't have to pay any bills. He was still saving.
Wait, y'all were
I
living
just
in a storage facility?
We was living in a storage facility. It was like a house connected. And I was like,
Okay,
why are we saving and we don't have to pay no bills? He think long term, I think short term. Guess what happened?
right.
I got
What
pregnant
happened?
and they fired Jason. Because in a storage facility, you can't have no babies. Like we had no babies. So we was able to leave the storage facility and move to Hoover. And this man got me an apartment and furnished my whole apartment, girl. And I was like, oh, let me shut up. Because my way would not be the right way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The
Clearly,
hell? I would have been effed up.
Charnita said, "Let me shut up," because I clearly this is not my area of expertise.
Baby.
I know
And
that's
I was
right.
like,
I know
my
that's
mom was,
right.
when I told my mom was like, I told you that's a good man. I was like, let me just shut up. And from there, and then I then said, Jason, you need to buy a house. And we are owners of homes, business. Like it's the togetherness that just make us lethal.
Yeah.
It
So
is
what?
man.
So what is one thing you all have really overcome? Like even if you have gone to counseling, if you've done this, then the third, something that was, but you see the light at the end of the tunnel.
when I dealt with postpartum psychosis.
Okay.
Then
Okay.
I dealt with postpartum with every child I had. The first child that I had, um, I lost, and I soon got pregnant again, and that was JJ. I was fine my whole pregnant. Then right at the end, I dealt with a lot of health issues, but this time lupus wasn't in the picture. Y'all know I have been diagnosed with lupus, and after I
Uh-huh.
had my baby, of course I didn't have the postpartum where I didn't want my baby. I had the one that I felt that I wasn't the best mom. Then it went to another level. I was around the house slamming cabinets, slamming doors, and Jason was like, "I feel the same way. I love you too. Don't you know I'm crazy? Like I was out of my mind. You have to
Yeah.
realize, and I'm
Oh
going
my
to say this
goodness.
for the first time, like on, I even with my, I think it was the second child. Every child I went to maybe the sixth floor. That's how extreme it was, where I had to actually be on
You went to the
medication.
what?
Went basically the
You went.
psych ward. The psych ward.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
Yes, it was that lethal. And Jason couldn't take the first time, so he admitted me out, and he was like, "You need to come home." And he thought that I could be around family, and that was the day his brother
Mm-hmm.
got punched in the face.
You
It's
did that.
nothing to play with. Postpartum, if you look it up, psychosis is nothing to play with, and it's very alarming. Like it is where your
So you
hormone
said
levels. Mhm.
no. No. Go ahead. You go ahead and explain it.
It's like where your hormone levels is not where it needs to be. It's not getting back to where it need to be, so it start affecting your mental state.
Okay. So you said it wasn't the type where you didn't want your baby, but it was the type that what?
Like I felt like I was a bad mom. I felt like I was a bad wife. I felt like I was a
Okay.
burden to everyone. That was my first symptoms, and then I felt
Oh. Okay.
hopeless, and then I just felt like I was out of my mind, like I couldn't control
Oh
my mind.
no.
Yes,
So that was with both children?
all three. It's just the third when I
All
knew what
three?
was wrong. Yeah, I still went to the sixth floor, even with Jackson Blue.
So, because I lost my first child too, and I know that it's
I'm
hard.
sorry.
Like you get to thinking about, you know, only thing I ever want to do is be a mother. If I don't do anything else on this planet, I just want to be a mom, right?
Mm,
And then,
yes.
am I going to be able to be a mom? Am I going to be able to be a mother? Like, am I? Because people's like, oh, you got pregnant, and then you deal with that. And I got pregnant later. And when I tell you I prayed through that thing, Charnita, I
Mm,
prayed through that pregnancy. I prayed through every kick. I prayed. I prayed. I was like,
mm,
Lord, I cannot have anything that would make me feel like I don't want to be here, like I don't want her to be here, like I don't want him to be here.
mm,
And I just was. I don't think I've ever prayed that hard in my life. But
mm.
it does affect people, and I'm sorry about, and I know how that feels. So I'm sorry about losing your child, and I really am sorry about what you went through after, because you love your children. That's why you kept having babies. You
Yeah.
love your kids, but it's
And you
just the
gotta
end
and you
of
gotta
it.
realize I lost a child, had a baby. Lost a child, had a baby. Lost a child. So
Oh God.
it, you at a state, you see how you the whole time you was counting every kid that soon would affect your mental state when that child is
Yeah.
finally born. And if your level's
Yes.
not coming up to where it need to be, you can lose your mind. And your mind is the most powerful thing that you can have. If you don't have your mind, what do you have?
So what did you all have to do to
Mm-hmm.
get? First of all, how long did it take you to get from the moment that started to the moment it ended, and how long did it take you and Jason to like work through that? And by the time you had your third child, how did that work?
It always took. I was on medication with JJ for about a year and a little over a year. Bella
Okay,
right at 9 months. Jackson Blue for probably only 4 months. Um, Jackson Blue,
I
I was just
absolutely
more in
love their
tune
name.
and knew exactly what was going on. I was taking medication, but at the same time, you have to understand with lupus, the symptoms do affect your mind too. So I found I had lupus August 2022, and it explained a lot of things. I was actually, this is before I got admitted with Jackson Blue. I was screaming at the top of my lungs in my house, telling everybody to get out. Yeah, like
Oh God.
out of myself. So it's um it's something that you have to take all in, and you really wish that the other people hear your cue points, knowing that something is wrong. And
Hmm.
I'm just glad Jason knew by the third, but he knew exactly. So it didn't take me and Jason to get on one understanding, because he knew exactly what was going on.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right. Okay.
We always
And
worked
then
good
like,
together. We was high school
okay.
sweethearts, so it didn't take us much to work together.
So by the time each of your children were like 2 years old, you were good and in mommy mode, and just were you medicated then too, or you were just
I didn't
good all
stay
around?
on. Yeah, I didn't stay on the medication long. After a while, I still noticed I was still having some symptoms that I thought was weird, and that's what I
Mm-hmm.
was telling you about. That's when I went in and I went to my primary doctor, and I was diagnosed with lupus. So he told me lupus was not new to my body. So when you have lupus, you're not even expected to even have one child. So that
Okay.
explained a lot of my miscarriages and me losing my
Oh wow.
mind. Yeah, you can have inflammation of the
That's a,
brain. So yes, and that's what I was dealing with at the time.
oh,
I
okay.
had inflammation on my brain.
Because a miscarriage can really mess you up. It can
Ooh,
really, especially if that's something you want. That just can really that can do you in.
yes,
Oh, I'm so glad that you're here. You know what I'm saying right now, not here, but here. You know what I'm
yes,
saying? I'm glad you overcame these complications and seems like your lupus is in control,
yeah.
and you are beautiful and you are flourishing and you are a millionaire.
Thank you.
And you're doing all the things that you want to do. Before we get out of here, would you
Okay.
have a problem like speaking to anybody in the chat? I'll take like maybe two or three if anybody
Oh, I
wants to
don't
come
have
up
a
and ask a
problem.
question.
Mm-mm. Come
Okay,
on,
I'm gonna
come
drop.
on in the
I'm gonna
room.
and y'all we're gonna keep it cute and keep it quick, okay? So if you want to ask Charnita something, please come up and you can ask her whatever you'd like to ask her. Charnita, this has been one fantastic, and I hate it has taken us so long to get to this point.
Yes, you know, timing is perfect though. I think you're doing a really
Yeah, it
good
is.
job, Milton. You're doing great. This is perfect timing. It's perfect.
Thank you.
I don't
I
never
appreciate
question
that.
timing. Mm-mm.
No, you're right about that. I know it was just really good because I was like, this is going to be an amazing conversation because after I watched that show, I was like, oh my God. And I went back and I looked at some other things and I was like, this is really good. But I
Yeah,
think Jason is top notch. He is for you. Like when people say
girl.
that your person is on earth, your person is on earth. We have Jersey Gemini. Hello, Jersey Gemini.
Hello, how are you all?
We're
Hey,
good.
Hey, Charnita and Millie John. Um, I wanted
Hey.
to I wanted to know. I watched all of season 1. When will season 2 be premiering, or are you just filming? I know you said you were going to be filming soon, but will it be season 2 coming out soon, or do we have to wait?
Season 2 is coming out soon. I hope everything gets launched where y'all be able to see everything by June or sooner. I have
Okay.
already filmed a lot already last year. When you hear me saying filming more, that's a good thing. That
Okay.
means they're like it. That means it went from 3 episodes to 6 to now 9.
Okay. Okay.
Cool.
So
And
this is great. Us filming more. So
okay. And my other
I love
question was, I think the building was called the Hugh Building.
yeah, he building. Yes.
Is that done? I think I saw something where it was operating. Are you done and booking and everything? And will that be seen on the show?
It is. It's going to be seen. I am not done. It's a 15,000 square feet building, and we bought it, a downtown building. I remember manifesting it that we're going to have a downtown building. I still have rooms to go, but we are booking, and we have already had events there. Yes, yes.
Oh, that's exciting. That was really it. Those were my question. I think your family is beautiful and I love to see the positivity. Sometimes all of the you'll always have a little bit of drama, but too much is
Yeah.
just too much. So,
Right.
but yeah, thank you. Thanks, Millie
Thank you,
Shaw, for
Jersey
letting me know.
Gemini. You're
All right.
welcome. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. Okay, now we have how I see it. TV. Hello, how I see it. TV.
Hey, Millichan. Listen, I'm here deep in the mango. I'm here deep in the mango, girl. Hi, Charnita. How are you?
Hey, what child? How you doing?
I'm good. Sorry.
Good.
Yeah, eating a spicy mango. But
Mhm.
I want to say one of my favorite episodes is when you guys did the self-defense class.
Oh,
For those who haven't watched yet, spoiler alert. But
mhm.
that was one of my favorite episodes, and I was wondering if you planned on doing like any events surrounding teaching more women self-defense, 'cause I think that's important. I think that's
Yes, I
important.
I do plan on doing that, and that is so amazing you asked that question because when that girl decided to punch me in my face, like, how
Hmm.
dare you? Like, I didn't
Yeah.
even know that was coming, and I don't think y'all know I was knocked the f out. I
Oh
went out.
wow.
It was
Ooh.
nothing I can do. Somebody said, "Why you didn't punch back?" She knocked me out. Like, what do you do? And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna press charges. Now that's where I'm going. March the 20th at 9. March the 20th, 9
Hmm.
a.m. I press charges. This is still going on. I'm not playing. Do not put your hands on
Oh
me.
wow.
And we as women need to know how to fight back. You think you can fight, but I'm talking about a different type of defense. And that's why you
I
love
missed
that
that
episode.
episode.
Yeah, because
Mhm.
I even when like I go to the
He
store,
taught us a lot.
especially if it's like at night, I have all the things that I feel like I need to have to,
Mhm.
protect myself, the sprays and the this and the that. But I'm like, there are other things that I really do need to learn
Yes.
in the case
Yeah,
I get, somebody tries to snatch me. So I'm
yeah,
really looking
we
into
Mm.
don't
some
know
self-defense.
Millichan to bust somebody eardrums. That's what he taught us. Boom.
Ooh,
When
Girl,
okay.
you
how you
Yeah.
first? Girl, give us a key. For
as
those who don't
hard
know,
as
because
you
I missed
can.
the episode.
Yeah. He taught us how to right here. The like here, the soft points here.
Right here in the socket.
And the
Yeah,
nose and in the groin.
growing.
Yeah.
In the temple.
Yeah. Any soft point of
Ooh,
your body.
child.
But that eardrum, he said,
Just one good hit. Just one good hit.
yeah, and he said, don't line up like you got to punch as hard as you can. You can kill somebody with a punch.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
I
the
was
So
I,
I
I
stopping
wanted
couldn't
point.
do
to
it.
Yeah, I wanted to know if you were
Mhm.
gonna like, because I know you had your pool party last year. So I
Thank
was wondering if you
you.
were gonna do, and your lupus walks. I was wondering if you were gonna do any event like that. And then because it's still tax season, and you're the
Ooh,
tax
child.
lady. You're the tax
Yeah,
lady after all. I wanted
yeah.
to also ask if, like, with the government change and all of that, what advice would you give to people right now
Oh,
who
that's
are,
a good question.
in the flow of getting their tax situation sorted? And I'm gonna hop down so I can hear your answer.
Okay.
Thank
I
you, Allison.
Bye, y'all.
it's even in
Bye.
Texas, it's so important to mind your own business. And people are like, what are you talking about, Charnita? Mind your own business. So when you mind your own business, you're not looking to the left, you're not looking to the right. I had a lot of people, influx of people that thought that letting go the IRS workers that they're not going to get their refund. It's so
Mm,
important to already have your business in order. So whatever happens, you'll be prepared. It's unconstitutional to ever to us to stop filing taxes. They're not going to ever do it. Filing taxes was go all the way back into the biblical days. It's not going to happen. He can fire whoever he wants, but he got to have enough employees to actually make sure that our taxes are filed. That is the constitution. He can't get rid of that. So since y'all heard it from me, make sure you're minding your own business and taking care of yourself. I had a lot of people so scared they didn't, pay federal taxes. They was like, I'm scared. I'm glad they came to see the tax code. But if you're not seeing the tax code, I'm just saying, you still can go to other people. But
girl, yeah, that's wild.
yeah,
Before we get out of here, I want to get your take on, since you in the taxes and all that, federal and all, you got to do all that. What do you think about the current administrator rolling back the 1960s civil rights situation, segregating facilities in federal buildings for right now? What do you think about that?
um,
In this day, 2025, segregation. I don't want to go to jail, y'all. I'm not set up for that.
it's so
I don't want to
important.
go to jail.
It's so
Don't want to.
important, and I cannot express this enough. United States have to be a team. Like I'm just even thinking about, my company. We have teams. Segregate, like
Yeah,
when you segregate yourself, you got to understand when somebody pull you from your mother or your father. You remember slavery days? They used to do that.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
how it makes the world
yeah,
feel. You feel empty. You feel void. You
yes,
feel it's a void. And let me tell you something. It brings the economy down. I remember Jason's so smart. He told me exactly what was going to happen, and it's happening.
yeah,
Segregation it does nothing for the economy on both sides. It doesn't matter
'cause-
like if you're black, white, Japanese. It doesn't matter what you are. When you're not a team player, and
mhm,
I don't. Let me tell you something. Y'all think I'm in Texas, so I seen every type of president, that is.
okay,
So I seen them do all type of stuff, So I just look at all of them different. All of them got to pull back on expenses. It's just it got to happen. But just
yeah,
seeing certain things that just cruel, that just
yeah,
hurts the world. Whew, that hits different. That hits different. And segregation, I'm just not for it. I'm just not for it. I'm a team
yeah. I
player.
said that when we were on live this
Um,
morning. Um, I told everybody that I'm gonna try to find a strategist for this recession that we may be getting ready to fall into, because it's important for me to know what's going on, and I also feel like it's important for everybody else to know what's going on. Because that's just, it just makes sense. Just like Crystal said, say what? Yeah, Crystal, they're rolling it back, segregating the bad facilities in the federal buildings. That's on the docket. But we do have these judges, these federal judges. This may be our savior. I don't know. But that's what's happening in the world today, and I'm definitely going to see what I can do, even though I'm on the road, just to help everybody out, get somebody's information out. But I want to say thank you, Charnita, for being here. Tell Jason that I would like to hear his side. And then at some point, I want y'all sitting right next to each other so we can see what's
Mhm.
really going on.
Y'all need to tell
But
Jason to
this has
take me
been
on
a
the
wonderful
date tonight. He need, I look good. Y'all need to tell him to take me on the date. Yeah, I need to go on the date.
Where is he?
I don't know. I think he's still at work.
Oh.
Child. Yeah,
And you
Jason
got and
work.
what you got on bling bling? Yeah, you do look cute enough to go on a date now. It's time to go.
Yeah, my employees that gave me pineapples in the glass. I be doing it. Ain't that fancy? I need to go on a date.
Well, y'all, this has been wonderful with Charnita, and we are going to definitely see her again on Millie John TV. And I just want to thank you for being here, Charnita, and you all haven't seen this new episode. Charnita is definitely in her soft girl era, and she is definitely getting her point across to Jason and the therapist. But at the end, it all worked out. Like I said, my favorite part was the budget thing. I had a problem with budget. With my first husband, girl, I wanted to buy some glasses of a particular brand, and I went in the store to buy them. He said, "Wait a minute, is this in the budget?" I was like, "Oh, what? What do you mean? Like I can't get them?" He was like, I
Yeah.
don't think that we." I said,
Not even.
"Oh, I don't
Mm.
like this." I was like, "I don't think I'll be here long." Like, I
Mm.
was not here for it, girl. I was not. I would, girl. I cried, like literally broke down and started crying. And he was like, "Are you really shedding tears because you can't
Yeah.
get sunglasses?" I was like, "It's just
Yes.
sunglasses."
Yeah.
So
And
I feel you,
like,
girl. I feel you.
mhm.
Soft
that
girl era,
don't
yes.
yeah. I hate the word no. Like, maybe
Me too.
later.
Me
Yeah,
too.
get the sunglasses later. Like, this is totally out of the budget.
Yeah,
No, no.
we can get them next week. Yeah, like next week. I would have been okay with
Mhm.
next week, but NO with a period was not for me.
Yeah,
But I
because the
want to thank
budget
you
gonna get
all.
bigger and you're gonna be able to afford these glasses.
That's right. In Jesus' name.
Mhm.
I want you to sit back. Don't go anywhere yet, Sharda. I want to say goodbye to everybody. Thank you all for being here with this conversation with Charnita from Charnita's World. Season 2, we'll let y'all know when season 2 is coming out. In the meantime, go back and watch season 1. And we got it right here. You can go to nubian.ottplatform.com, and that's where you can watch all of your Charnita's World episodes. And everybody have a blessed evening. Well, it's Wednesday. Y'all just have a good day. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Bye.
This is so awesome. I absolutely